the ousted president of Syria, Bashar al-Assad, fled to Russia. The country has been patronizing him for years. Russia's own military power, it helped President Bashar al-Assad stay in power for the last 9 years. However, only in the last few days, Kremlin's project in Syria has collapsed. And obviously Moscow couldn't do anything about it. To stop it, rapid attack by the rebel forces. So AI overthrew the government of President Bashar al-Assad. Please follow the video. December 8, 2017. The Russian Foreign Ministry announced that he left the presidency and left Syria. President of the United States. It also confirmed the end of Isaac's reign. After 13 years of civil war in Syria, for more than half a century the authoritarian rule of and his father, before that, the rebels, Isaac was forced to resign and flee the country. We're not sure where he is, but it's known that he's in Moscow. Finally, Isaac's regime collapsed. For the first time in Russia, Iran and Hezbollah can't protect this hated regime in Syria. This is a direct result of Ukraine. Israel exercises its right of self-defense with the unwavering support of the United States. Rapid attack. Rebel forces led by the ASEAN Hayatari Group led the attack on the city of Aleppo on 27/11. It only takes 11 days to reach the capital city of Damascus and overthrow the ASEAN presidential administration. The surprise attack took place after many years. Rebel forces are standing still. Over the last 4 years, the civil war seemed to be over when the Assad government regained control most of the cities of Syria, with the help of Iran and Iranian-backed militias, like Hezbollah. However, most of the country still out of government control. Up to 30/11 Hayat Tahrir. Charm and its allies controlled much of Aleppo, Syria's second largest city. Rebel forces say they've had very little resistance on the ground after the government quickly withdrew. Military and security forces. Meanwhile, the rebels are backed by Turkey, took advantage of the government's retreat and launched a separate attack, and the northern territory of Aleppo by the Syrian Democratic Forces control. This is a militia alliance led by the Kurd people and supported by the United States. Isaac swore to crush the rebels with the help of allies. Russian fighter jets reinforced airstrikes on areas held by insurgents and Iranian-led militias. The backers sent reinforcements to support troops near Hama. 5/10/2 After days of heavy fighting, eventually the army had to retreat. Hama fell to the rebels. The rebels' next target is Homs, Syria's third largest city, and they achieved that goal on the night of October 7th. After just 1 day of fighting, Sunday morning 8/10/2, rebel forces led by Hayat Charm claims they went to Damascus and released those detained in military prisons, the country's most notorious Sinaya. Less than 2 hours later, rebel forces claim
Tyrant Bashar al-Assad has fled. Activists and military officers
President
said
Isaac left the Damascus on the plane
to an undisclosed location. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Mohammed al-Jalali said in a video he is willing to work with any leader. The choice of the Syrian people. Commander of Hayat Tahrir Trump, Abu Mohammed al-Gilani, order your forces not to take over. The official agencies. They say these agencies are still until they are officially handed over. The rebel forces. Everyone. It includes all sects and social classes. Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, a monitoring group based in. He said at least 910 people were killed. There are 138 civilians since the rebel offensive began. In the leader of the self-proclaimed Islamic State is Ambadi. It's considered one of the most most dangerous against Isaac's regime. By 2016, the leader of this group was Abu Mohammed al-Gilani. Publicly severed ties with al-Qaeda, dissolution of Shafat and Nusra, and create a new organization. Then took the name Hayat Tahrir Charm when merged with some other similar groups. In the past time, Life Trump established a power base in northwestern Syria. Here Hayat Tahrir Trump operate as a local government, although efforts towards the legitimacy of this has been tarnished with allegations of human rights violation. Hayatariya charm. They were also involved in some heavy fight with other groups. Since severing ties with Ankara, the goal of the group limited to work to establish a basic Islamic regime in Syria. This is what I tried but failed 7 times. On a large scale, challenge Assad's AI right. In most of the, however, things have changed in recent days. As Hayatariya charm marched towards Damascus. The reign of Isaac. Bashar fled to Russia on December 8th. It marks the end of Isaac's reign. It started when his father came to power in 1971. Bashar al-Assad's father, Harvard al-Assad, was born in 1930. He became Minister of Defense in 1900 after participating in a coup d'etat overthrow under Isaac Shah as Secretary of Defense. Syria. The Golan Plateau was lost in a 6-day war with Israel. 1970 Harvard al-Assad did not shed blood to overthrow President Nurdin al-Qaddafi. Later, Austria became president. His predecessor was jailed for more than 20 years. He died at the end of 1992 after being released due to a serious illness. Syria from 1900 to 1900. He died by 2000. Under Mr. Austria, thousands of dissidents have been torture and execution. By his eldest son Harvard al-Assad is BASO. So when he died in 2000, the presidential seat is passed on to Bashar al-Assad. I used to be an intern in U. Bashar returned to Syria as president at the age of In 2000, Bashar took over the police from his father. When he first came to power, Isaac promised to make a change. With the wife born in U is Mrs. S. Ghost. The president, Isaac presents a fresh image. Western leaders, including the Queen U, received him. However, a period of open politics and Isaac's innovative was not done. A revolt against him broke out in 2011. The police responded by sending tanks into the city. As the news of crime grows, Isaac denies the allegations and accepts no responsibility. No government kills its own people unless the leader is crazy. I got this job because of public support. No one in this administration. You can order the killing of others. Isaac led a regime. He killed a lot of his citizens. The government attacked people with barrel bombs, and chemical weapons are internationally banned. 2013, an attack on the outskirts of the capital, control opposition, has killed hundreds of people. The West has repeatedly asked Bashar to step down, but he kept replying, "You're just fighting terrorism. When you shoot, you have to aim. When you look, you're targeting terrorists to protect civilians. If you talk about casualties, it's war. War always has casualties. There's been a series of chemical attacks and many casualties. But in 2015, Russia was involved in giving a Russian airstrike with the support of Iran and helped the government defeat the rebels. After years of isolation in 2023, President Isaac went to the Arab League summit, then the reconstruction of the area. It is your symbol of victory. She's a mule in northwestern Syria. But as 2024 draws to a close, the rebels have a major offensive and Lexpo strategy. Syria's second, they're gaining more and more from Isaac's forces. Isaac is losing support when other conflicts arise, has eroded his ally, last on 8/10 too. Leaving a wounded nation. Ladies and gentlemen, just now, some information related to the situation, forecast of the upcoming situation in Syria. When the different factions, they can join the war, gaining power. We will keep you in the coming time. If you have any comments to contribute, please leave a comment below this video.